Attack wins you games, but defense wins you titles. So remembering these 5 simple defensive tips will make your FC25 journey much easier. If you need coins to buy high-end players and make your dream team, you gotta check out lootbar.gg and their ridiculously low prices. Their prices are already 10% cheaper than any other platforms, and I've got you another 8% off by using my code OMID. Plus, after you purchase, you receive a free 5% extra coins, more than the amount you actually ordered. Many familiar faces in the content creators community are using loot bar services, so you know you're in safe hands. And with a super fast and safe delivery system, you can have your coins within 30 minutes. So make sure to check out lootbar.gg and their amazing prices, and don't forget to use the code OMI to get that extra 8% off. The link is in the description. Hey everyone, it's Omi Dexter and welcome back to another video on this channel. Today I want to talk about my top 5 defensive tips that elite FC players do but players on lower divisions might not know about. And we're gonna start it off with the most important tip of them all. It's not even a tip, it's a rule. So rule number 1, do not move your defense shape out of position. You see, this is a mistake that you rarely see good players do. So here as I get the ball, I see my opponent switch to his center back instead of the center mid. And as soon as he does that, I know that all I need to do is evade that initial tackle and this space will be wide open. So dragging your defenders out of position, it's a big no-no on any FIFA or FC. Here another clip, horrible defending by my opponent. I see Koulibaly is selected and is moving him forward way too much, and as soon as I see that, I know there's gonna be a gap in behind that I can use. So to properly defend and not give away space like that, always keep controlling your attackers or your midfielders when you're transitioning back to defense, and when your opponent makes his final attacking pass to get through on goal, then and only then you switch to your defenders and make a commitment with your center backs. The AI defending is crazy on this game, and if you don't interrupt it, the defense line will always do a nice job of keeping in line. Tip number 2, and in my opinion the best way to dispossess your opponent off the ball, is a technique I'd like to call cut and press. It's an extremely simple tip, but it's a fundamental one that has worked and will work on any FIFA or FC before and after 25. It goes as simple as this. You want to push the ball holder with your player, cut the passing lane first and then press them on the same line. Keep it always closed. I see many people trying to press with no consideration of the pass that can come after that. So you want to make sure to have the most probable passing option out of the play while you're pressing the ball holder. See, Adama here gets the ball and the most probable passing option is on the edge of the box. So I cut the passing line first and then press the player. He has nowhere to go and it's just easy from there. Here again, Rodrigo has the ball, the striker is marked, and the most probable passing option is again on the edge of the box. So once again, cut the line, press the player. This type of defending comes really handy in different scenarios every game, and it's something you should consider doing all the time. Moving to tip number 3, don't overuse the contain mechanic and don't use the tackling buttons all the time. First of all, defensive AI on this game is crazy good. When you hold your R1 button, you're forcing an AI player to get out of position and press the ball holder for you. As good as that mechanic is, sometimes overusing it, especially around your box, could get your defense out of shape and open up space. Trust me, the defensive AI on this game knows what it's doing. Try not to overwrite it as often as you can. And also, you don't need to actually press your tackling button on every defensive challenge. Most of the time, by just walking or running towards the ball holder, the game tackles perfectly well for you. This will exponentially lower your chances of giving away penalties or getting stuck on tackling animations that will cause your defense to fall behind on the runs. So my personal rule of thumb would be, go for stand tackles when you're directly facing your opponent one-on-one or when the risk of losing the challenge is low, and only use slide tackles when you literally have no other options. As satisfying as sliding is, it's a very high risk maneuver on this game. Now tip number 4, and it's a pretty big one. When you're not sure about pressing aggressively or not, if you want to be a consistent defender, 10 times out of 10 you should go for the passive option. Keep in mind, You're under attack, it's not your job to make the first move. They have the ball and they need to figure out how to score the goal. By defending patiently and closing out their options, your opponent would be way more likely to make a mistake and just hand you the possession. It's not the coolest looking way of defending, but it's the most effective. It's like when you score a few goals and your opponent just puts down their controller and suddenly you somehow can't score against someone who's not even playing anymore. So if you're conceding way too many goals, you're probably doing too much and causing the main damage. By taking it easy and defending more passively, I guarantee you'll concede way fewer goals. Tip number 5 and the last but not least, when in transition or changing directions quickly, always use jockey or speed jockey. I'm sure all of you know how to use the jockey mechanic. The normal jockey is by holding the L2 button when defending, and the speed jockey, which is the superior mechanic, is by holding the L2 and R2 button at the same time. This lowers your defender's center of gravity, helping your quick transitions become way faster and more responsive. And also your defender makes his leg as wide as he can, so it works perfectly when you're trying to intercept a ball in a passing lane. And that's gonna be it for today's video, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe. It would help out my channel massively. This is the end of this episode and hopefully I will see you on the next one.